Hello, welcome back to Brandon Sushi Live Noding. In this episode, I want to share the breakdown of this node tree that creates this durian donuts. If you don't know what durian is this fruit, the stinky fruit, people call it. It's quite famous in Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand. But anyway, I was thinking, okay, maybe we can procedurally create this. So with this fruit, you can see it's kind of shaped like a sphere or maybe more like a cylinder, and each part of it is actually something that can be separated. This fruit is actually something that really quite interesting if you try to think about it procedurally in terms of design and everything. So I created this rough version. It's currently shaped like a torus, like a donuts, but I can change the shape very quickly. So it's more like cylindrical. So there you go. Maybe not too much. Should still be like a spherical. So this thing here is all separated. So I created only just the outer part of the durian. So it's quite okay. It's not finished yet, but it's okay. So the way I created this was actually I started with cylinder, and with the cylinder I separated and split it in the U or the V, either way, like in the row or the columns. I actually kind of talk about it here in this SVerchok GitHub under this thread. So I tried to figure out, okay, how to split cylinder in the U and the V. So I did figure it out. It's not the cleanest, but it's kind of working. The way I do it is using this list repeater and list item actually doing the job, and either list item or list split. So I'm splitting the U and the V face polygon data. The rest is actually quite simple. If I get rid of the custom sphere, I will get a cylinder. Custom sphere, when you use it with cylinder, will give you almost like a torus if you kind of use a maximum strength. There's all this sort of thing like delete, lose, separate, lose, and I'm also using this subdivide light. Without the subdivide, I only have much simpler cylinder almost. The diamond mesh actually does a bit. So instead of a normal grid, I'm getting more like a diamond pattern. So that's nice. And I have this extra separate. Of course, that's normal. So yeah, the rest of them might not be so interesting, but here we have control over the grid of this durian or whatever. So if I have like 4-sided durian, I think most durian is either 6 or 8-sided. Yeah, that's kind of nice. It's also a little bit like pineapple, but the thing I like about this setup is that you can separate this part. Maybe you can use this to, you know, design a character as well. I don't know, creatures with 8 different parts. Like it needs to open up it. I don't know. But it gives me a lot of different ideas, so that's good. And of course, this is still a cylinder, I think, so we can play around with the shape. That's kind of interesting too. Can be some sort of design, and the height also matters. So I can have 10. Now we have completely different design. Or it could be a chair, right? The chair that could open up. And you can also twist this because this is the cylinder. Yeah, this is starting to get more interesting. you can keep the shape. So the U and the V of a cylinder. It's quite interesting once you understand it. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, maybe I didn't talk much about this list item. So basically, if a cylinder if you laid out cylinder in the U and the V, you can split it this way, following the curve pattern, or you can split it this way. And you can do that using list item. And yeah, this list repeater might be slightly confusing, but there's a relations between this parallel and meridians number into the list item. Hard to explain. Indeed, if I have something simpler, so probably not this, but okay, this guy is so much simpler. And here I'm using list split. The list repeater is only for the vertices. We actually don't worry too much about it. But if I split the value of the face, instead of getting stripes that vertical, this one is getting the stripe that's horizontal. Let's see if I don't mesh join. There. You see? This is also can be pretty useful. So I'm splitting the cylinder this way. It's almost like a ring. So here I'm using just list split. On the other one, I'm using list item. And trying to get the pattern. Okay, the way to understand this is with the pattern. I think I know how to explain this. Viewer 2D and plug this into this number viewer. Oh, okay, it doesn't like it. Okay. Yeah, perhaps using stethoscope is easier. Okay, this is the number 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. And then 1, 11. This pattern is almost like a grid or like multiplication grid. But there is a pattern here that you can study, and so you know why the cylinder is actually split that way, if you want to understand the details. Otherwise, you just take this node tree and reshape it. You don't even need to worry about all this complexity. You just get the U or get the V of polygon face of the cylinder, and then you, for the rest of the stuff here to make Durian, you already have it. So here is subdivided light. So you have more subdivisions, of course. You can increase the fractal, smoothness, randomize the seed, cut it more or less, and then you bake. So that's really the whole process. You might think, okay, this part is slightly complicated, but if you try to rebuild it yourself and then you can understand this part, then you'll learn a little bit more about numbers and pattern using SVerchok nodes. Okay, thanks again for tuning in. Let me know if you have any question or something to add. and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.